How do you read off this dog's pedigree?
A lot of people when they sell Rottweilers, it's kind of similar to Pitbulls, but it's more similar to the more bullies. Is they sell them kind of like they sell bullies now. They're really scatterbred and they don't really shoot for a lot of consistency in a lot of the kennels. Like a lot of people that sell Rottweilers, they don't really have a breeding goal. So when I went to go buy my boy, I try to look at somebody that would send me the pedigree of the litter before I bought the dog because I didn't want to just buy the dog and I didn't know what was behind the pedigree. So before I bought my dog right now, I looked through his stuff and he got like a lot of things I liked in there. A lot of it had the same kennel names.
Right.
On the top side, the sire, Bonhaus Pista. It's like some type of
That's from. I thought they were like Russian or something.
no, it's Serbian, I think.
Oh, sir. Okay, okay. They
It's
let you know.
Serbian.
They let you know my ass wasn't paying attention in school.
So he has that going back 3 generations. He got it going back further. I'm pretty sure in his pedigree because I was able to look it up online and go through further. And then on the top side again, he has TK's New Yorker. And TK's New Yorker, you can look them up if you want. And they have them they have databases, kind of like the Pitbull, the forums
Yeah.
where you can see. So I was able to check his pedigree. It shows you like their hips and their elbows, and that's what was important to me. And on Roscoe, that's the boy I got right now. That's my stud. He's he comes from a lot of show lines and from Serbia, and he has some German lines behind him. So I just kind of wanted to get a bigger dog and have some bone to add in my program. Because right now I got a female who's a German line, and she's kind of small for my liking. She's about like 90 pounds, and I would like her to be like I would like for the dogs to be a little bit bigger, a little bit more bone. But she has the drive I'm looking for. So I wanted something that could like add to my program because Roscoe still got a lot of drive. He doesn't have that same kind of like fire that she has.
Okay, okay. How big is Roscoe?
Last time I weighed him was about like a couple weeks ago, and he's still growing because he's not even 11 months yet. He's 120 some pounds.
120 something. How old are you again?
19.
How much you weigh?
I'm 6'1". I weigh 195.
Dude, you were up here feeding an adolescent. You were feeding
No, bro, he
adolescent.
weighs more than my sister.
Yeah, like I was finna say you feeding your little brother, but I didn't know if you had one. But you are feeding
Yeah,
adolescent.
my little brother, he's just about to turn 15, man. We run big out here, bro. He's 170 right now. He's a big motherfucking kid.
Well, at that age, what you is right now, you say 17, right? 17.
No, I'm 19.
At 19 years old, you 6'1" and like 190 something, dude. At 19, I was like 5'10", like 130. Your dog was big as me when I was
Hey,
that
he's
age.
big, man. Hey, when he turns on, it's like a lion.
Yeah,
It's like a lion, man.
now
I
that
love that dog. He's hella chill, man. He's hella chill. He's a good dog.
yeah, I mean they do have a an exciting streak when they get riled up. They do have an exciting streak to where if you ain't ready for that type of power and that type of size, it'll shock you. I remember holding them big boys when I was young. 'Cause like I said, when I was young, I had street dogs and they was just no street shit. So the street shit at that time, it was good stuff back then. But they was averaging no 50, 60 pounds. That was kind of the normal back then
But you know what though?
in the 90s.
I would take a street dog like that over a lot of the shit that they're peddling now.
Now
Like
see, you
a lot of the dogs that they be selling now for like $4,000, they're shit because they have like like have you ever heard the term pug rider? Like it has like they're like brachiocephalic. They can't work. They're 150 pounds. Yeah, it's a big Rottweiler. But what are you getting from that? You're gonna get a dog that doesn't have any functional, and it won't protect you. That's not what a Rottweiler's supposed to be.
so
I'd rather take that dog that's 60 pounds, but it still got some fire in it.
yeah, I mean, a lot doesn't change. Like a lot doesn't change from just looking at the lay of the structure of the land. A lot doesn't change because a lot of the good dogs from the 80s and 90s, they was good at that time. They made better dogs, but fast forward to more of a business scenario of dealing with the dogs, people started to realize, hey, I can come in and get that. I can come in and get that dog from this person here, and it's a $2,000, $4,000, $5,000, whatever it is. They look at that as an investment, and when they get that investment, they take that investment and come home and they try to get a return on their investment. So they don't do with the animal what it was intended for. They do it for what they want, and it's their property. They can do with it as they wish. So instead of making sure that dog is a good working dog, they decide they're just going to breed the dog, and they don't know what they're breeding. They just know that this particular dog is the hot dog of the day, and they're finna make something work for that dog right now. And after it works for them, they just don't give a damn. I mean, that's
Yeah,
just
I
that's
mean,
just how it
I'm
is.
the type of person too. I'll never talk shit about somebody else's program, especially if I never had my hands on one of their dogs. I just don't. I'm not like really an internet person like that. Like I don't really care that much. But it's like I know what I got. I know what the type of lines I want to run, and that's it. But especially with the Rottweilers, I think I don't know. I just like I like to know what I have. I don't wanna have to be like on somebody else's coattail because they got they're breeding dogs that are like popular right now, like certain lines that are popular. I'd
Yeah,
rather have a dog that's not popular now, but I can build something on it because if I've never made no money off the dogs. I don't really want to make money off the dogs. It's just a hobby, but it's just like that's just something I'm passionate about. I don't
under,
really care about the money.
understood. Well, let me tell you from an older person to a younger person. I thought that same way as to I just like the dog. This is a good hobby. It's my passion. I thought the same way, and I still do. But from being this age here, I would sit and tell you off top. If it's not the first thing in your mind, at least make it in the back of your mind as to where this is a business. Because
Yeah, it is. It is. I'm starting a training group out
yeah,
here.
cause I always remember. I don't know where you got the dog from, but even though that dog is a hobby for you and you love it, and the other dog is a hobby too, I'm pretty sure whoever you got the dog for, they charge you something, didn't they?
Yeah, they charge
Yeah.
me a pretty penny.
Yep. So therefore, your hobby is what you like, but for somebody else, that's a business, and they made you pay for your hobby. So if anybody likes something that you got, you make them pay for their hobby. I don't care if it's an astronomical amount or if it's a low amount, but make it to where they pay you for that because a lot of people don't know the reason why a lot of animals cost as much as they do, and you may not like the animal, you may feel like that dog ain't really that good. You're not necessarily paying for the dog. You're paying for the information from that person you're getting the dog from. So I tell a lot of people who deal with me, if you're going to get a dog from somebody you don't know, ask questions. But also the questions you ask, know the answer that you're looking for when you ask. I can sit and ask you, hey, give me the blueprint to the building where you stay at. You can give it to me, and I don't know what the fuck I'm looking at. But
Yeah,
if I know what I'm looking for and you give me the blueprint, I know what to see on this blueprint to make my own stuff. So therefore, if you're going to somebody that you don't know and you're trying to do business with them, ask them questions that you're expecting a certain answer from. Like for you yourself, you said you don't want the pug rocks or whatever those is. I don't know what that is. But if you went to them and they said and told you, okay, this is the dog I got, and they presented it to you, and you asked them about the hips and you asked about the elbows. If they can't answer you the way you're looking to hear, you wouldn't buy that dog. That's the same way you do it with anybody else that's out in the world. And that's the way anybody should do you as well, as to where if they're coming to you and they're willing to buy something from you, the product is what they want and that's what they're trying to pay for. But they're also paying for your knowledge. They're paying for what do you know to where you can give me a head start with this animal. Because people want the blueprint and they want to work it, but they want to know how does it work. And over here, we don't sell nothing to nobody that don't know what they doing. Like I, for what it's worth, the stuff that we do have that do come up for sale from time to time, the only people that buy it is people that know what they're doing. I get a lot of individuals who like how they bred and they want to work with them. But if I'm able to talk to you and I can't understand the lingo that you're giving me, I won't put my dog in your hands. Because the last thing I want to do is give a working dog to somebody who don't know what the hell they doing. Because that's a problem in itself.
I'm the same way. Well, I like to do the guard dog work, the personal protection work.
Right?
I'm just starting to like learn how to be decoy and stuff. Like I have a cousin right now. He got a kids and everything, and his house keeps getting breaking into. And I was just like, bro, when I got a dog available, I'll give you a dog. But I also have to be careful because it's a house that has kids and it has stuff going on, so you can't give them an unstable dog.
Right.
You have to breed something right. But I have I do make people pay for using my stuff, like Roscoe. She's not really open to the public, but I got people that are coming out to they come out. Like I got one dude coming out from Chicago. He runs. Damn, what was his name? I got one dude coming out from Chicago. He's my friend. And then I got somebody else that's local. He got some cool dogs. So I'm just trying to get pups back right now, and just trying to build my camp up.
Right. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I mean, building a solid team makes a lot of work easier later on down the road. Makes a hell of a lot of work easier later on down the road. So I get that. I get that. You trying to build a good team. Yeah. Put the people around you that know what they doing. Y'all become solid. Everything it just work a lot more easier. It's better with two. One is cool. One is efficient, but two for me is perfect. Past two is even great. When everybody's on the court and everybody's working for the same end result. Yeah, it's a nice feeling, especially when you're winning. Now it's horrible when you're losing. Everybody start looking at you a little funny. Teammates start being a little upset. Some people want to leave. Some people want to leave, and that's where you find out, who here really for the fun of this. I mean, who really here for the work of it and not just the fun. Because everything good when you're on top. When all the dogs is clicking off right, people sitting there getting their trophies, everybody happy during that time. But when y'all sitting there paying money to go to the shows and ain't nobody coming up and people coming up short and you just looking around like, man, I don't really like this dog no more. You start finding out people in your squad kind of didn't like certain shit. They wind up leaving off. It's just thinning out the herd. It's just normal. But if you get you a good team and all y'all working towards the betterment of this 1, 2, or 3 dogs, how many y'all got? Everything work out in the end pretty much.
Yeah, I definitely appreciate your advice, man.
Oh, man, look. I have no problem chopping it up.
I wanted to show you too, like the boy I got, right?
Okay.
When I'm looking at the Rottweilers, I kind of want to see certain things, and I'm new to it, so I'm still learning. So I'm still trying to figure out. But I know that like the stuff that can still perform in certain types of dogs, you have to like look at different things. Like I don't like seeing the muzzle so short. So if I go through the database and I see you know, um, I see dogs that I wouldn't really want to, that I don't think would be able to perform like things that I would want to do for them. Just when I wouldn't want to risk. Yeah, show titles are cool or whatever, but I'm not really into shows. But I know that it's a good way of getting your program out there. On this dog, I did my research on the parents and the grandsires and the great grandsires and all that type of stuff. Just because I want to see I want to see like, one, can the dog reproduce itself? I don't want a dog that has, if I can look like on the grandsire and that dog looks nothing like the dog I have now, and it might say something like, this isn't what I'm looking for.
Right. Right.
So like I want a dog that can reproduce itself, just the same way that like a lot of people when they look at pit bulls, they want to see the pit bull that can reproduce itself.
Correct.
It has the best qualities, right?
Correct.
And I see that with my dog, in the way I looked at the parents, he has a lot of the good best qualities of his parents and his grandparents. Like his grandsire, TK New Yorker, he won like 11 shows.
Okay, TK New Yorker. All right.
And I look at him. I seen videos of how he moves. I seen videos of how he runs and how he interacts with people like his handlers. And I like that. Roscoe remind me a lot of him. You look at TK's New Yorker pedigree on the thing, right?
Okay.
And it'll show me the, like if I look at it online, like right now I'm on workingdogs.com, and it'll show me like his grandsires and pictures of it, because the AKC they'll send you your pedigree, but I would like to see pictures of the dogs. You know what I mean? And
right.
A lot of times you can't see pictures of grandparents and great grandparents if you just go to any line. You know what I'm saying?
You're right. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, so it's just and it's not like in pit bulls. Like with pit bulls, you have like the journals, and you have things that you guys can look at through the dogs. The records aren't kept like that.
Okay.
It's not like a lot of people that are watching it the same way.
Yeah.
From what I found, so I like to be able to look at the dog's pedigree. Like even dogs I can't see, like with one of the people's dogs that are coming to use my stud, I still will look at her pedigree. I sat down and I looked at her pedigree. That way I know, like, is my blood gonna mix with this blood, and how's that gonna make the dog turn out, right? Like his dog it comes from old school German lines, right?
Okay.
If he has old school German lines, then I know that dog might be consistent. I want to see who's did this dog belong to in Germany? What is this person known for in Germany? I want to know who did this person who in the U.S. had this dog before that. That's this blood before he got it. And then now that I have his dog, I can evaluate. Hey, this dog does this, it does that. Is this something that's going to be the same as a dog in that had like previously in the line?
Right. The way you're talking that you're doing it, that's good. And so I ask you, when you're looking at the pedigrees, do you look at the kennel name or do you look at the dog? Because I'm looking.
I look at both.
Okay.
I
Okay.
look at the dog first and foremost because I want to see like what's the dog be able to. The kennel name is cool, but the kennel name is not going to tell you about the dog. You can have the best kennel in the whole world, and you can still have a dog that doesn't perform as well as your kennel does.
Now hold on, I'm gonna have to challenge you on that because that's not a bad thought process. Or if you know better, no, speak on it. But from my understanding, the kennel name can kind of represent what the dog is supposed to do. So let's say this kennel was, I'm not finna talk off your pedigree, but let's say the kennel was Essential Cannon Kennels and they got a dog named Button. And let's say this right here, and if you go through his pedigree, up and down the 4-generation pedigree, it's all their name. It's all of their name. And when you look at all of their dogs predominantly have like maybe a nice wide muzzle, but they may be short. But they're still functionable, and that's out of 4 generations. And so when you get your pedigree, let's say you see their name up and down. Let's say you see their name up and down at the top. Drazik and Mercedes is at. Let's say all of that was Essential Cannon's name. And it's Buttons, Mercedes, and then whatever. Let's say that's all them. If you do your pedigree work and you're just looking at your dog's first 4, it'll be a specific part where it just say Essential Cannon's X amount of name. And if you were to look past that, you would notice that, okay, these dogs come from really big muzzles and kind of short build, but they're still functionable. If you're not wanting that in your animal, you wouldn't get nothing from them at all if you knew about it. But let's say you didn't know about it. Your dog Minna comes up and he looks good. Or whatever, but he got that pedigree at his top side of some big muzzles, short dogs. And when you breed him to whatever that you want to breed him to, because you want to replicate him, let's say out of 6 puppies, 2 of or even 4 of them, once you see that they're getting grown, they come out kind of short with a big muzzle, and you're like, man, they don't look nothing like him. And I sit and say it come because you didn't go past the 4. Because if you went past the 4, you'll see it's a big, thick amount of animals that's made like that. And it's to where whenever your dog Minna was to breed to whatever bitch he wanted to breed to, he did a throwback. He threw back to some stuff that you wasn't expecting. Everybody else up in the 4, all of them look good like him. All of them is exactly what you want, but he has a small amount in him that has a big muzzle, short legs, and you don't know where it come from. Because when you made a breeding, you were just looking at the dog and not the kennel name. The kennel name usually represents what that kennel was trying to specify in them dogs. They want a certain type of shit. Not all the time. When you're dealing with reputable kennels who have a certain structure, like the dude you talking about who made, I guess, New Yorker Daddy or whatever, you said he was in the show and he looked good. That particular person, if he's connected to a kennel, they're always trying to make dogs that look similar to that. That dog is the best representation of what the hell they've been breeding. When you see him online, when you see them for the first time and you like them, that's the best representation of somebody's breeding program. And he produced that. Now, if you go through his pedigree, like how I usually do, you can see that, okay, he come from a nice build, no big chest, no big barrel chest, long thick legs, a nice head, a nice not too compact muzzle. No, he's made the way you want it. Him personally, you go through his pedigree, you're like, man, all this look good, but you can always find a fault in there. And usually where the faults come up, they always try to go away from that.
I feel like more of what I was saying about the dog stuff, more than the thing is that every once in a while you still get a flop. You know what I'm saying? I do also look at the kennel name. Like if it has a good kennel name and I like what you're doing, then I'll go with it. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
but I'm
right,
still
right.
kind of like I'm still defining my own breeding goals. I'm still like defining on like how I'm gonna make the dogs that I'm shooting for, and so I'm just trying to plan it out the best way that I can. So it's just a learning process. You know what I mean?
I like what you putting together. Like you catch my attention with the Rottweilers because like I said I had them back in the gap, not to your caliber, but I know what they are. And so how you're putting it together is the same way I was trying to put shit together when I was doing other dogs. Like I want this here, I want this here. Like I was literally trying to line up dogs. Like I would read the magazines, read the books. I'm not just a pit bull understand the fancier. I'm a dog fancier. Like I know about dogs, like Rottweilers, Greyhounds, blood. I know about working dogs. Like I know of them. So any line of dogs, I'm not an expert. I just know of what they're supposed to be doing because I was amongst them all. Like right now, people spend like 1,000 or more on mixed bred dogs. That's a mutt. You put a Labrador with a poodle. That's a mutt. Like those were always available in the '90s. Those were always available, especially in the hood. You know, somebody granny had a poodle and somebody auntie down the street had a Labrador or something. They always get loose. That's not a new thing. So we saw them as mutts. But fast forward to today, those are expensive animals. Now, only thing I see valuable about those animals is their hybrid blood and the fact that since it's a mutt dog, you literally don't gotta take care of it the way you do a full-blooded dog. Like that dog don't even gotta get shots; it's gonna live. That dog is just gonna live because that's just how they. Yeah, that's just how they're gonna be. Like the mutts will live forever. I mean, I don't know where you stay, but I can assure you, you probably seen a mutt dog that's got like a little running behind of like 12 puppies, all of them living, and they like 2 3 months walking behind her. This bitch done had a whole litter of like 12 puppies on the street. All puppies is healthy and happy running behind her. Never had no damn shots in their life. And I got a full blooded dog in my yard. She's struggling keeping 3 dogs. I know what I know what it is. So I see the value in them that way because they got a different bloodline, which is like how you said the hybrid figure. They're gonna live damn near forever. But I don't see them being worth nothing, me personally. But the new generation do. They feel them dogs are worth whatever they pay for them, and I respect that. I look at them as hey, it's a sucker born every day, and if somebody getting you, by all means, you'll either come to your senses or you'll live with that. So
Yeah, I mean, to each their own though. To
hell
each
yeah,
their own. Like
oh yeah.
if somebody want to do whatever they want to do with the dogs, I'm not like gonna be like, you know what I'm saying. I'm not one to be like, I'm on my positive stuff, man. Like I just let everybody do their own thing. I know what I'm gonna do. I know what I'm doing. If they don't know what they're doing and they just gonna throw two things together and they don't have no goal and they just want to make some money or whatever, then their dogs are gonna be the product of themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, they're gonna have dogs that they're not gonna turn out probably the way that they want to turn out because they didn't do their due diligence or they didn't take the time out that they like. It doesn't matter what you're doing with the dogs or what breed you got. I feel like it is important just to be like to do your due diligence. You making sure that your stuff is turning out because your dogs are gonna be a representation of you to a certain extent.
Correct.
You know?
That
And
is
you want to be
correct.
proud of whatever you do. You know what I'm saying? So you shouldn't half-ass something that's an extension of yourself.
Yeah, young, you had the mind frame of what I had at that age. I still do. So yeah, I do feel that these dogs are an extension of me. If they out here doing good, that means I did good. They doing bad, I mean, hopefully
Just put
they.
some work in. It's not doesn't mean that you did bad necessarily. It just means that you got to put some more work into it.
I can give you a quote that I read a long time ago, and it's true. It holds true very well. A good dog has multiple owners. A bad dog never had an owner.
Nobody wants to take responsibility for something that didn't turn out.
Never, never. If it's a good dog, everybody hands is in that dog pocket. Like I did this, I did this. Here. When that dog turned out to be bad, don't nobody know that dog.
See, I remember what you were talking about. You were talking about on this last live. You're saying how people farm out the dog, right? They'll have a litter and then they'll give a dog to so and so, and they'll see if the dog turns out. And if that dog turns out, they will take responsibility for it. If it don't, they would be like, "Oh, that's their dog."
Yep, that's exactly how it was back then. If you're in the know, that's exactly how it is today. Like if it's a good one, everybody finna put their hands in this dog, and they all finna know where it come from. And the person who made it finna really try to stand above the person who actually used the dog. And that's where you wind up having a big conflict. That becomes a big conflict amongst the community because the person is looking at this here like, look, I'm the one doing all the work, and the other person looking like I'm the one that gave you the work. And so you have to figure out who gets what. In the dog world, no, it's not no structure in this way to where the person who gets what is the one who says they gonna get it, and the way they get it is usually by taking. Like I'm taking this, or this is mine. So if the breeder decided, hey, this is mine, he would take force by informing everybody, I made this breed, and I made this dog. I got the mom, I got the daddy, I got the whatever it is. If you want this here, come to me. And then the person who had the dog will be like, hey, I'm the one that worked the dog. I'm the one that put the dog in shape. I'm the one that made the dog do all the sit and stand. You want the dogs that's good like him, come to me and you can get some off of him. Either you breed to him or I sell you what I got coming down from him. And so that's where it becomes very tricky. I let everybody know, get your business done in the beginning. I learned early, like people who used to want to deal with us when we was younger, like, hey, I'm gonna put this dog over here. If you're not finna give me this dog, I don't want it, because I'm not finna deal with you when I want to do something with this dog.
I'm the same way. I see both ends of the spectrum, right? Like, I'm not the type of person that wants to buy something and I don't buy the whole thing. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to buy a dog, I don't have rights on it. But at the same time, I can respect it. Like, if it's an OG and OG is trying to, like, hey, youngin, like, here's this dog, I'll give it to you. I want to see if it turns out or whatever. Out of respect, I might take that dog. But I'm not trying to feed something that I can't use. But it's still like, I still love animals. It's still a companion or whatever. If they just want the dog, then it's cool. But I'm also in the same boat. Like, I'm not sure about, like, when I breed, if I want to give full breeding rights. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm also in the same boat. Like, if I bred something, you'd have to come to me a certain type of way if you want the breeding rights to the dog, or else you're not gonna get them.
Now, do me a favor, for the people who may not know what that is. For a breeding right, elaborate. What is that?
Breeding rights is the right to breed the dog. So if you have the dog in your possession, technically you can breed the dog. Technically,
correct.
I have control of this dog right now. I can breed this dog to anything I want. But if I want to register this dog, I have to have the rights on the paper or the kennel club. So the kennel club, that's where my dog is registered. That's where my dog's pedigree is. That's like the proof that my dog is purebred, and this is the proof that it has the lines. Whether or not that proof is true or not is irrelevant. It's just whether or not you have the right to add on to that piece of paper. If you don't have the right to add on to that piece of paper, they're not gonna let you. So that means that the dogs you sell or the dogs you produce, you're not gonna be able to get the money that you could have if you had the breeding rights. Or you're not gonna have that notoriety.
Understood. So pretty much, in order to do business with you or anybody who would have the same thought process, they can buy the dog. But it's pretty much you're buying the dog without full ownership. It's pretty much like a 50-50.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that it's case by case. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
I'm not going to sell dogs with breeding rights, because I will sell dogs with breeding rights. I believe in that. But I also believe in that it comes on to certain things. Like, if I know you, I know what you're trying to do with the dog, then sure. You know what I'm saying? If I'll do you a favor and save you some money. If you weren't trying to breed the dog and I'll give you a discount. You don't want the breeding rights. You know what I mean? If you just want the dog as a protector, you want it as a pet or a guardian, then that's good. I'll give you a better price. But it's just the way that's gonna be registered. It's a little different.
Okay, so you're pretty much helping. You're actually helping like the dog population, as far as certain stuff happening.
I'm helping you out, and I'm helping the dog population.
There you go. Okay, I like that. In case nobody knew what that was, they can get an understanding of that. Because I've heard that many times with with other breeds. I've known of other people trying it with the pits. It don't work that way. It don't. That's you can definitely get a fight happening. But I understand how that works. When the Pitbull community brings other breeds standards into the community, it causes a lot of hell. Like I've heard that many times of people trying that, and people wind up usually not being able to make a sale. I don't have an issue with people doing it this way. I actually like it that way, but it's just gonna be difficult for somebody to try to introduce something like that with a Pitbull to somebody brand new who doesn't know those type of standards for other lines, and they're coming straight to a Pitbull line like, hey, I want to get this here, and the dude say, I'll let you get this dog, but instead of saying no breeding restrictions, they'll just say, hey, you can get them without the papers. That's the exact same thing. That's the exact same thing. What you're saying is where instead of the AKC saying, hey, we're not going to register this dog, the individual owner was going to sit and say, you're not going to get the papers. It's the same thing. Just in case nobody knew what that was, that's exactly how that works. So, yeah.
I still give them the papers. But I just give them limited registration.
The AKC won't give you the whole registration of that dog? If you go pay for it?
You still register the dog, but you just won't register it with breeding rights.
Got you.
I still register the dog for sure. You just won't get the breeding rights. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. I'm not quite sure. I'm going off the top of my head. I probably have to look it up.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it does. I'm pretty sure it does thoroughly. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense, and I can understand why anybody would do it. I like how you putting it together from what you're showing.
Thank you. I appreciate that, man. I'm trying, man. I'm new to it, but I really appreciate the call. I definitely appreciate the information you're putting out, man. I'm definitely seeping up some game from it.
I'm hoping you get it. I'm liking that I'm able to do so, man. Keep it up. You'll be able to see. I talk bulldog talk, but it works for it just works across the board.
No,
It's more.
I think that a lot of times you can learn a lot from the pit bull dog. They have some of the best information, whether it's keeping the dog, maintaining the dog, feeding the dog, conditioning dogs. But they know a lot of the stuff that a lot of people don't know. Like they just don't know out of necessity that they needed to know.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah. I mean, anybody who has a pit bull and they're working with the dog, like you see them out there with the sit stay command, you see them exercising. If you talk to them, if they're willing to talk to you, they give you all the information that you want right then and there because they feel like it's pretty mutual. Like especially when I was younger, back in the '90s and the 2000s, like an older person, you will see them out there doing whatever they do. You can go up there and talk to them. You see them in the park doing their thing.
Yeah.
They'll sit and talk to you. Now today ain't the same. Today not the same. But at that particular time, they'll sit and tell you, okay, this dog is like this here. He gonna be this here. They can tell you how much he gonna weigh. They can tell you how much you gotta feed. They give you all type of information that one time right there, and you wouldn't never see them no more. You wouldn't ever see them again.
That's one of the things I do appreciate about the dog game. Is like I don't know if it's even I would even call it dog game. I'm just saying like certain individuals that be doing dogs, they have a certain type of like it's kind of like a camaraderie. Like they'll let you know, they'll let you in on stuff. They might not give you the whole thing, but they'll let you get some game. And it's like it's something that I'm trying to do. Like even when I see people that I know are starting out too, I'll be like, hey, do this, do that. And I appreciate that. Like everybody who gives me advice and everything, just because I might not take it, but I would rather listen to it and have the opportunity to be like and think on it than just write that person off altogether. You know what I mean? So I
Yeah.
appreciate all the advice people give me because it is new. You know what I'm saying? Like I haven't done it before, so if I haven't done it before and I know somebody else has done it, why wouldn't I like try to listen?
Yeah, I mean you doing a damn good thing on how you putting it together and what you're trying to gather from other sources. It works that way. I let everybody know, man. I don't have a mentor. I learned all this on my own, but I learned from everybody. Like it's not. I didn't stick with just one person and just soaked up just only what they know. I knew better than that because I didn't want to be a shell of what this person was. I wanted to be my own. And so I would go to this yard, I go to that yard, I went to a bunch of yards and listened to everybody talk. All of them usually said the same thing, but all of them always had their own distinction from what they was doing. Like, okay, no, he'll put the dog out here and he'll play ball with the dog. Well, one dude will just use a ball only, another dude will just use a random stick, another dude will use a lure. Like I would understand, and they will all stick to just that one. And once I realized, okay, y'all are stuck to just one thing, I would pick up everything. I'll use a ball. I'll use a stick. I'll use a loop. I'll use them all to give a more rounded animal. And that's what would help me feel a little bit more confident whenever I brought him out and I showed him to everybody. You see him out here, he willing to sit and stay, and he willing to chase a ball or stick or whatever. As to where anybody else will only chase a stick or they'll only chase a ball. Mine will do it all. So I mean, it's just I would sit and say if you're able to do what you're doing, listen to everybody. No, stick with the ones you like. But if they're giving you information that you like, listen to all of them and then just develop
Yeah.
your own. Develop your own from there.
I have a lot of mentors. I have a lot of mentors. I got my friend James. He has the exotic bullies. You know what I'm saying? He's Premium Bully Connect. I got a friend. Um, this is my cousin actually, Chili Willie from Chili Willie's Exotics, and I got another mentor who does working dogs. I'm learning a lot of stuff off of working dogs and protection dogs. Um, Mac K9. So
Okay,
it's like
okay.
I have lots of mentors. My mentor like mentors my fathers, my uncles, everything that they put me on to life. You know what I'm saying?
Already.
In general. That's just how it is, man. Like I definitely, you know, I definitely trying my like I'm just trying to be positive and do something that's productive. There's not a lot of young people now that do stuff that's productive. You know what I mean?
Right.
You gotta just put your best foot forward, man. That's it.
Well, you damn sure putting your best foot forward. I done seen you working with the bite suit. I think that they had a Malinois. Oh, it was a
Yeah,
Rottweiler.
it's a Mal. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
That's Max Dog. That's Max Dog. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I seen what you're putting together. Like I done done the bite suit for real too. Now I mean y'all tougher than me, boy. Cause First time I got bit in the bite suit, I was under the impression I wasn't gonna feel nothing.
No, you still feel it. You still feel it.
Yeah, I learned the hard way.
It's just
I learned the hard way.
you still feel it. You just won't need the stitches. That's
Yeah.
it. You just won't need the stitches. You still feel it.
Yeah, I found out the hard way thinking I'm finna be Superman, let the dog come and bite me like I'm not gonna feel nothing. That's a big shocker when you feel every fucking tooth. Like, man, I don't know what this is.
No, that video you see me with the mountain lion, that was the first time I ever got bit by a dog.
Yeah, yep.
That's the first time I ever got in the suit.
How'd that feel?
Shit hurt, but it was you know what I'm saying, man? That's how it is, man. If you're not willing to sacrifice something for the knowledge, then what is it? You know what I'm saying? Like, even if I never put on a bite suit again, if I never work dogs again, I still know, like, I'm grateful for that experience because it gives me understanding about the dogs. You know what I'm saying? People that got bit, they know how not to get bit again. You know what I mean?
I ain't gonna lie to you.
A little bit better than the person that never got bit before.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I never got bit before, and I ain't need to put on a bite suit. And I knew I wouldn't ever get bit. Well, I'm like, I done been bit before on accident, on trying to break shit up. Before as a dog, full fledged.
Everybody has getting bit by some dog or another. Even
yeah.
A little chihuahua.
Yep.
Definitely.
Yeah, we all have. But I ain't never been attacked. And that boy, and I knew for a fact I wouldn't ever be attacked before I put that suit on. And after I put it on, I knew I'm not gonna ever get attacked by a dog. I know better, boy. These motherfuckers they ain't playing out here, boy.
No, and that's the thing. The main thing that I think people don't understand about the dogs is it's more of a psychological deterrent than anything else. If you have a dog that and you knows that makes your heart beat a certain type of way.
Yeah.
Like you're not gonna tell me that you see that dog and it's going on, and your heart isn't like, it's not glitter flattering because it does that to everybody.
You damn right about that. Boy. Look here, I understand. I just want to know how you felt when you first put it on because I know how I felt when I put it on. I still put them on, but understand I don't think I'm Superman no more. My first thought was I'm never gonna feel nothing. After I got bit the first time, I just brace up for it. Like, it ain't gonna be as bad because I'm ready for the impact. But you gotta understand, I wasn't ready for the impact. Period. I just thought that the bite suit is finna cover me from head to toe, and I'm finna be able to do what I want to do. The damn dog bit me hard, and I damn near let out a yelp. I know I farted. I know for a fact I farted.
Man, I didn't do nothing like that, man. I was just like, dang, that pinch. It was a pinch.
Yes.
And
yeah,
I was like, oh my God, man.
Yeah, that's what freaked me out.
I looked at my arm. It was all black and purple, man. I have no neoprene on.
Yep.
I had no gauntlet. I had no nothing.
I didn't either.
Huh?
I didn't either. That's what freaked me out. I figured, this dog is biting so big and taking such of a hold. I wasn't expecting to get I wasn't expecting to get bit, to feel it, but also I wasn't expecting to feel a pinch. It felt like when your granny pinched you in church for talking. That's what it felt like. Like, what the fuck? I wasn't.
Right under the arm too.
Yeah.
If you get right in the pocket,
right
under the arm, man, you feel that pinch, man. You feel that pinch is real uncomfortable.
Yep.
So it's not for everybody. I don't recommend people be like, doing that type of stuff. It's not good for your health. But if that's what you're passionate about, then go ahead, do your thing, man. But it is. But it's definitely not for everybody. It takes a special type of person to even suit up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not that type of special. I do it if need be, cause I still do it out here with the ones I got. But as far as random stuff, no, I look at it a little different. Like, hey, I ain't that tough today, man. I leave that to you grown folks, man. I'm too old for this shit.
Yeah, man. I mean, man, I think part of it is just that I'm young. Like, I'm still trying to figure it out, like whether or not that's something I really want to do. Like, I want to become a veterinarian. That's what I'm in school for right now. So it's just stuff that, like, it's just all the information that you get, man. Like, I was talking to my vet earlier this week, and he was telling me he got bit right in the crotch by a Conde Corso.
Woo! Boy, goddamn.
Right? No protective equipment or nothing. So it's just like when you do certain things, when you work with animals, there is liabilities ever. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So it is everything that it is. You know what I'm saying? Like it is what it is. That's it.
Damn it, boy.
I heard a lot of stories about people with the dogs and everything. It seems like the reason it got so secretive all of a sudden was because it needed to get secretive. You know what I mean?
Look at
even people that don't do nothing with their dogs, like me, I do nothing nothing bad with my dogs. I keep them positive. I keep my dogs to them, my friends. They like I love my dogs to death, and they protect me and my family. Like that's literally their purpose. But people will still see that and they'll be like, "No, you can't have this. This is bad."
See, those the people I call them tree huggers or whatever. Like those are the ones that you literally have to overlook because they're so small. I mean, like literally, they're so small of people who do that, who complain and bitch, but they're so loud. It's like a chihuahua. It's just like a
It is
chihuahua.
like a chihuahua, man.
Yep.
I have people, man. I have like 100 some followers on Instagram. I have people that like literally like multiple people that will comment on my post, be like, "This is not training. You're making a vicious dog." And I'll sit there and I'll talk to them. I'll be like, "This is literally. There's certain things that dogs were bred to do that are literally they were made for. One of them was protection."
That's correct. I can give you a little insight for that right there, to help you in a certain area. But you got to be real cautious on how you play this game because I done played it and I do it, but I know what I'm doing. So you just gotta pay attention a little more. You can actually game the algorithm of Instagram by interacting with those people who say that in a trolling way. Now that's a double-edged sword because you control them enough to where they'll bring other trolls, which will gain your Instagram account to where it'll start. The Instagram will feed your account to more people. The problem with that, it'll feed it to other trolls. Now you just got to know how to manipulate that. And how I would sit and say the most easy, it's complicated, but the easiest way to do that is to aggravate the trolls on your page. Whoever coming there talking about you shouldn't do X, Y, and Z, aggravate them to where they bring other people, and then once they do, just cut off the comment section. Just make it to where nobody else can comment on that particular post. That'll make them go. That'll make the other people who come in to want to see what you're saying. That'll make them go to other posts and do that. And all you do is just game them enough until you start cutting the comments off of that. And then, like, you got to pay attention to your followers as well. Figure out who the new people that's coming, and then cut them off. And that's how you game the algorithm to get you more exposure. It's just gonna get it in the wrong way, and where you have to kind of maneuver it back a little bit. But it will put you it will put your account in the algorithm to start growing in a certain type of way. Now you're gonna wind up getting a lot of fur people, which I don't like them coming to my page, no crying and bitching. But you will get some type of attraction that way. And that's the simple spot. That's the simple way to do it. And I only tell people like you got to be ready for that. Like you got to be ready for the bullshit to come with that. Because there's a lot of fur people that just feel like a dog shouldn't do nothing, and I don't understand that. Like they think a dog shouldn't do anything other than just be.
Except wear a sweater.
Yeah, wear a sweater and live right next to you. And this is a 160-pound dog that has no discipline. Like that's a recipe for this dog whooping your ass whenever it feel like. You done had this dog from.
The thing is, a lot of people they don't need to have dogs.
No, they do not. And they
definitely not the certain type of dogs that we got.
Nope, they swear up and down that that's the best life for them. And I'm looking at them like this is a recipe for this. If this dog ever decide to stand up, you've never showed this dog any type of discipline or reinforcement of a bad action. If this 150-pound dog decide to act up on this day here, you don't know what to do and you can't stop him because you ain't even thinking it's gonna happen. And once it finally do, you're not gonna know how to stop him because you've never tried to stop him from doing anything. And so once he's trying to whoop your ass, you ain't gonna know how to even defend yourself for self-preservation. I've seen it many times.
What's it called? Uncommon sense now.
Oh yeah.
Uncommon sense. That's the thing. Like, people don't have common sense, and it's like even what I was thinking when you said 150-pound dog, I was thinking that dog's supposed to be 120 pounds.
Yeah. See, look at that. Look at that.
That dog's supposed to be 120 pounds. You got a 150-pound dog walking around in a sweater. That dog's supposed to be 120 pounds.
Yep.
And it's supposed to be exercising and eating right, and you giving it all the kitchen scraps and everything, and you're not taking the time out. It's just a shame, you know what I'm saying? But I can't even speak on nothing, bro. I just stay on my positive stuff. I stay in my own lane. That's it.
Well, you doing good. You ain't got to speak on them. Let everybody else speak on that dumb shit. Cause over time, you will look at this here. Cause I speak on it all the time, just not to social media. I don't ever relay my discourses of anything negative to social media because I just know better. But out here at
No,
the
I'm the
house,
same way.
oh yeah.
I'm not a social media. I'm not a social media person, man. I'm not a social media person.
But have an
I'm a real life
understanding.
person.
Understand. I'm judging you in real life. If people feel like he right, let them do it. I'm not finna stop them.
Yeah.
I'm only gonna stop the people that know me. If I don't know you,
Yeah.
man, hey, look, you're gonna have to figure this out. But if I know you, hey, don't talk to that dude. He don't know what he talking about.
Yeah, no, I'm the same way. I'm the same way. I see some people, they put too much stuff out on social media, and it just makes themselves look bad. That's it.
Yeah, they don't.
I let them. I let people let themselves. I make people let themselves look stupid and fall on their own sword.
Yep.
And they'll do all the work for you. If you let somebody that just like you know that they acting up, you know that they doing something that's wrong, you know that somebody eventually they gonna get caught up for it. I don't even gotta speak on it.
I like that. I like that. Well, look here, my man. I'm gonna go ahead and let you go, man. Go and give him your name.
Junkyard Dog Man.
The Junkyard Dog, man. Well, look here, man. I appreciate you coming on. Let me chop it up with you for social media, man. I thank you for informing me of what I may not have known, and I thank you for informing people who don't know nothing, who listen to this here, of what they didn't know neither. Because you're very knowledgeable at this young age, man. So I salute you, young, and I do salute you for what you're doing. I like what you're doing. I want you to keep it up, baby.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you. God bless, brother.
You too, baby, man. Y'all take it easy. Y'all enjoy it out there, man. Keep bulldogging out there, man.
Thank you. Appreciate you, bro.
All right.
All right, peace.
Peace out. Now, as you can see, that's the conversation I had with the Junkyard, man. He did real good for what he do. He liked to work with his Rottweilers, and them Rottweilers look damn good. I'm not gonna lie. Them Rottweilers look damn good on the social media account that he letting y'all see. He giving y'all a little glimpse of what he doing, what he putting together, and I'm hoping him and his team that they prosper damn good because I want to see him win out there. Shit. So, like I said, man, this your boy Nick Love and the K9 ProSeeds. This was just a nice conversation of what I presented to y'all for an individual who is showing what he put together, and I hope y'all enjoyed it. Catch y'all again next time. Peace out.